Hope you enjoy everyone. Thanks for watching. This is Sullivan House. Gave my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5, episode 116, Guardians of the Sun and Moon. This episode overall was definitely very crazy, climactic, and so emotional, and driven. Like, I'm gonna see if I can do a top 5 or a top 10. Okay, I'll do a top 10. Okay, all right, let's get started. All right, number 5, number 10, and we get to see the professor. So the professor now here has Yuzu, who he's now ready to inert like the final phase of his plan, and he's and he knows about Sakaki Yusho, so basically he knows that he's on the island. He's coming this way. He's making his way, hey, way, so he's ready to make his move now. Now that he has all four girls, and get ready to complete his Arc Area project. Okay, number 9, Yugo on Academia Island right now. He's on Duel Academia. He's been searching like he doesn't even know where he is, and he just showed up in the middle of a classroom of all reason. That's funny. And just when a teacher just said the word Yugo, which means Yugo is in future, he said not Fugo, it's Yugo. Oh, get it right. Basically, try to be comedic and the best. So, and he's riding his bike all over the school, which is pretty funny. He just crossed his hands into enemy territory. Okay, this is very climactic, thinking about it. All right, let's get. All right, number 8. You and the others contemplate what is the Arc Area project, what the professor wants. He knows he wants all four girls, but he doesn't know the reason why. He keeps collecting the girls, all four have bracelets, but I think it's because of the bracelets. I'll get into that later. And even as Sora, and Sora himself doesn't even know. I mean, it's top secret, and that means there's something else. Hey, number for 7, and Sakaki Yusho arrives. Yusho, Asuka, and Kaito arrives on the island, and they run through with Yugo. Well, seeing seeing this is pretty pragmatic because when and Yugo just said his weight, and Kai just jumps him down in an arm lock. He says, "I give, I give," and Kai calls him pawn of fusion, because that's what Yuto called Yugo, because he thought he was working for the fusion mention, because he can use synchro summon. But that had to the whole mental understanding. If you guys been following up on the series, you guys know the whole story, and I don't need to explain that all over again. Now he's rendezvous with Sakaki. They now know the truth, but they tell them what Dennis told them, that they're gonna save Ruli and Rin, so they go off to fight and save the girls. It's pretty climactic. And number 6, it's Apollo and Diana. Uh, and, Diana's the guardian of the guardian of the West Tower. Apollo's the guardian of the East Tower. Yugo has Diana. Yugo has Apollo, and Kaito has Diana. They both duel, and using these two cards, using these two duelists. These two duelists are gonna guard, gonna fight their way through. They came all this far to save these two girls. Kite's doing it for Shun, because of how much he sacrificed. Yugo's doing it for Rin because they grew up together, they were friends, and it's obvious he cares about her a lot. He just doesn't know. He just very childish when it comes to his emotions. As, number number 3, number 5, the duel ensues. The duel, like seeing these two who duel each other. I don't know, they duel each other. It's pretty the incentive. Seeing how these two guardians, Apollo and Diana, how they summon their monsters. They're using, and these people are using cards that are directly from the TCG, the trading card game, that were never seen in the anime before, and summoning whole new cards like Sun Protector and Moon Protector, which is pretty crazy. Kai and Yugo counter back. They summon both their ace dragons out, summoning Clearwing Secret Dragon and Galaxy Eye Cipher Dragon, and seeing these two guys summon their monsters right off the bat. So it's pretty interesting to see how they do this. You know, it's pretty interesting. See how these two duel. However, this leads to number three backed into a corner. I say that because these two summon they both Apollo and Diana summon out these continuous trap cards, which allows them to summon three I mean two more guardian protector tokens. Each monster is capable of coming and protector at once for a turn. You can attack the guardian, let you get through the tokens, and now they summon a card that not only summons two more tokens, okay, so but also neutralize their abilities. Now that a bit of a roadblock. They're what you call a disadvantage. And so, this is definitely a a a a big a big surprise. Because, however, Kite and Yugo they're not being held back, because if they don't if they attack, then they attack then their monster if they attack then they're able to destroy the stones, the tokens. But if they don't attack, their monsters will be destroyed. You know, it, it's basically if you attack, you get to the enemy faster. But if you don't attack, you will lose. You will lose. You will lose your monster. But also, if you attack, monster is also weakened every time it does. However, these two monsters are slightly different. Like every time both Kite and Yugo attacks, these monsters have similar effects, but also different. Like for example, when Yugo's Clear Wing, every time it attacks, it loses 800 points, but it also takes 800 life points away from Yugo. While that's Sun Protector's effect. While Moon Protector's is the opposite. Every time Galaxy Eyes attacks, it loses 800 attack points, but gets 800 life points to the user instead. It's like an opposite. You know how the Moon and Sun are basically very different. An opposites. And it's kind of like a symbol to them, because it's pretty crazy. These two fusion monsters are definitely unique, because if you really use these cards at the same time, together in a combo, it would lead to a very nasty burner effect. You probably win a duel, but they're not dealing with ordinary people, which leads to number three, the one turn kill, turning the tide basically. Yugo and Kite, they're not giving up right away. Yugo, he managed to survive using his cards and his wits, summoning for Crystal Wing Secret Time. We haven't seen that one since he summoned, since his last duel, since he had with Selena, which was pretty. And Kite was out Neo Galaxy Ice. Using both of their cards and combo with each other, they managed to overwhelm their opponents, both Diana and Apollo, destroying their monsters and also winning the deal. Seeing Yugo, now he increases monsters attack strain, but making sure he relies on the luck of the draw. He's very similar in some ways, to other Yu-Gi-Oh characters like who are relying on the luck of the draw. Kind of reminds me of Joey a bit because he's a little bit aggressive, relies on luck, but he's also he looks like the main protagonist with Yuya, which has similarities, and then there's Kaito. He is ruthless. He shows no hesitation, and no mercy to anyone and he did the same with Diana. Not only did he turn Diana's own monster against her, he also offered up some of his Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, using both that and Neo Galaxy Eyes to do a double Cypher Stream attack, and literally he winning the duel in one blow. It was a double kill. It was definitely crazy. Hey, number two, Rudy and Rin rescued. Both of them break down the door, seeing these two girls. Finally, we get to see them for real, face to face, and not just flashback this time, and just for real, Kai saying the Ring, hey, and come with me, come with me. Your brother Shun is waiting, knowing that she's gonna see her brother again, and Yugo and Rina finally, but how she gives him that kick in the gut, how he goes in for a hug, and boom, he's getting hit. He got hit. He got hit by Suzu with her her fan, and Selena punches him, and Rin gives him a kick in the gut. She literally knees him right in the chest, which is a pretty nasty. I admit it's pretty nasty. I mean, but she does starts to cry, starts to things things start to sob a little bit after waiting so long, being so scared. We have no idea how long she's been in Academia, but probably a while. You know, right. So this was probably just before Yuya and his group went to Academia, and just just after that, and he had encounter with Yugo in the Yuto in the Exceed dimension. And I gotta go and but they start to hug, but things start to go creepy for a bit. Leads to my number one a moment. Rin is evil. I got spoiled to this because I went to this other guy's blog, Clueless Gamers. Like he read someone put spoilers on it, and he read the spoiler out that something bad was gonna happen, and Rin being evil. We get to see that Rin, and we know that there's a person in the cat in Duel Academia that can twist people's heart, turn them evil, and make them bend to their will, like brainwashing at all. And seeing this, and this guy, we get to see him in this episode. Like, we don't get to see his face at first. We were seeing with the director shuffling a deck. We get to see he's holding this mysterious card. Then we get to see that he's watching. I think as Apollo and Diana getting beaten, and then we get to see him watching from the room where Rin and Yugo are hugging, and we get to see his face after all. This guy is obviously a freak, very evil. He kind of looks like Rex Goodwin in a way from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but much older and much creepier. And holding a card called Parasite Fusion, like Fusioner. And when you see Rid, she gives that wicked smirk, that dark smile, like it's pretty grim. And what's even more grim is seeing a spider either in its web in the corner, and it just caught this butterfly. That's pretty dark. That's a pretty darkening image, and how they darken it. And it looks like the next episode. It looks like both Rudy and Rin are evil and may have been corrupted by Academia. Anyway, overall, that's all I gotta say. This was a very good episode. I liked it. Yeah, give me your opinion on what you think is gonna happen next. I'm out because I wanna know what you think of this overall. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is I'm giving my latest review on Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode 116. I'm out. Peace. Bye.